Hello, and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, and I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the Tiefling Sorcerer Charity.
Hey, everybody.
Adam, playing the Halfling Rogue Burbage Kemp.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry we're late. It's partly my fault. And also, I'm sorry in advance.
Just generally?
Something's happening. I don't know what it is. Lena playing the Goliath Barbarian Storm.
Hi.
And Darcy playing the Tiefling Cleric Hakari.
Shake it up.
I never got always framing us for crimes. He probably thinks Behelit's holy and looks forward to the end times. I hear in my mind all these doubts. Remember on the iceberg, he was a total dick. And now he's down here, being sketchy. Is he someone else? Is he someone else? Are we in I can't do falsetto this whole time. Are we in danger? Suppose we never met Pony. Suppose Vimeris never froze. Suppose Burbage never split the party. Rolled a crit fail and fell in a pickle barrel. Suppose the fire never blighted. Suppose Arisa never betrayed us. Suppose Foley never shot the blue orb and summoned an ancient white dragon with a bow with my character and led to some pretty dramatic persuasion checks. Are we in danger? Are we in danger? Are we in danger? Pelletov. All the dice say that, of course, it's gonna be danger. Gonna be danger, 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 danger. I never loved nobody named Foley. He stabbed Burbage in an alley. And now he's being weird in this catacomb. So maybe we shouldn't dilly-dally. I hear in my mind all these prophecies. I hear Izzrak Devere saying all these words. He thinks we need to kill our friend Charity, and it breaks our hearts. And it breaks our hearts. We hear in our minds all of these prophecies. We hear from Arbin all of these words. We hear that Foley somehow got untied, and it freaks us out. And it freaks us out. Are we in danger? Are we in danger? Are we in danger? Are we in danger? We're in danger. Are we in danger? We're definitely in danger. So much danger. We are fucked.
That was fucking amazing.
Did that not make it on the stream?
What?
No, it did. It was just cutting out a little, I think. You might
the
re-record
beginning.
it when we release stuff,
Oh,
but
I'll
it definitely
totally re-record it.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
on push to talk, but I didn't have time.
Monty,
Frantically.
I'm just in time. You were. What even is this?
It has grown
What
to something
even
of.
is this life? Oh my!
I'm never gonna be able to top that ever.
Oh my gosh!
Well, you'll top it when we do a duet someday.
Yes, we will.
Oh my gosh!
Because I was supposed to, but I was like, I don't know. We just moved.
It was an
and-
entire song.
I know. It was supposed to be a duet.
That's a whole song.
The best part of that, honestly, was switching to Adam's normal voice and then just inserted, I can't do falsetto this much. And then just we keep going, and I'm like, cool.
Oh my gosh!
That was really
I-
cool.
I'm wiping tears away. That is so funny.
I'll
That's
just
He
a-
go
just
in.
had his hand over his face like the entire time.
Well, anyone, welcome to Ghosts and Dragons. That is a fun way to start things off. Yeah. Okay, we don't have a ton of announcements tonight. One, we have a master document that Adam put together of a bit of a summary of everything in the campaign so far, as well as all of the letters and notes and little handout items that I've given my players. Adam has compiled all of that into a crazy awesome master document. And the link to that is in the description of the podcasts, the last two, and this one right now. And you can check that out, and it should be, it is amazing. I've seen it. It's actually beautiful as well as informative. So definitely check that out. He put a lot of time and effort into that, and it's super cool. Also, we have another podcast, Helpful Goat Gaming Presents, that you can check out smaller campaigns and sort of one shots. Last week, as Darcy and I were moving in, everyone was gracious enough to. Yeah, thank God that's over. Everyone was gracious enough to give us a day off, and they did an awesome one shot. You can check that out as well. That'll be in the feed. Friday, I think. Was it already in the feed today? No, that was last week's. So it's probably coming up soon.
Hopefully we'll be, I'm planning on getting it posted to the Helpful Goat Presents feed on next Friday,
Right.
April 10th.
Awesome. And also we are currently in Galway's campaign, Tier Beyond the Doors, which is awesome and fun and fascinating. We'll get back to streaming that and recording that pretty soon as well. We can't super talk about it right now because things are a little preliminary, but there are some super awesome, amazing things in the pipeline.
Once we can talk about it, I have this amazing hint that if you're a real fan, you'll get it. And if you don't, you suck.
Oh, okay. Well, look out for that amazing hint. Hopefully we can, hopefully we'll have more information on that coming up. And we are affiliate on Twitch, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us. And as a reminder, anyone who has Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free through Twitch Prime. And it's easy to get those accounts linked and set up. And we thank you just for following the channel, for following us on Twitter, on Facebook. Any little support is great. We also have a Coffee page now, or Ko-Fi, however you want to say it, ko-fi/helpfulgoat.com, and that will allow you to donate to us in order to help us keep doing this awesome, amazing content, just to give you something to listen to during these, let's face it, fairly dark times. We're super happy that we can kind of be here with you and do this, keep doing this. If we did this in person, we'd have to be doing this online anyway right now. Is that all the announcements?
I should say, first of all, I didn't give credit. That was a parody of Fidelity by Regina Spektor, which I love Regina Spektor.
She's amazing.
Like if I was forced to pick one musical artist that I could only listen to that music artist for the rest of my life, I would pick Regina Spektor.
Yeah, if I had to listen to only one Spektor, it would be Regina, probably.
As opposed to Phil.
Yeah,
also, shout out to Tyler, Tyler Rossi, who joined us for that one shot you mentioned, the Tier Raging Storm one shot. He texted me at 9:17 saying, "Just tuned in for the song. God damn, you made my night." And Tyler, you tuning in made my night. So thank you.
Sweet. All right. Well, I suppose without further ado, we can begin tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons.
Well, my Roll20 music is muted. And also, I'm not going to sing along to this tonight.
Are we singing two different versions?
Yes, we are. I can't.
Smooth. God damn it. Someday we'll be professional. Anyway, previously on Goats and Dragons, The Fates of Rin, the family finally got some answers from an incredibly elusive figure, Izzrak Devere. It appears that Behelit is trying to come into this world and that perhaps her chosen vessel is Charity. And it appears much of this has happened before. A group of individuals had brought a god into this world through a very complicated process laid out in the book The Process of a Tirana. They had failed, though, to stop their god, and, in fact, realized then that the vision they had might have been meant for someone else entirely. To serve some purpose in the coming situation, maybe. As they process these revelations, they turn their attention to Foley and Arbin. And then something odd had happened with Foley. See, his bindings had been removed, and even in the chill of the cave, Charity noticed his breath was not being seen, as if the cold had no effect on this individual. And when he speaks, it becomes more clear who this individual is, as his voice is seared into your recent memory. It is somehow the voice of Pelatoth the dragon. Now, the pale green light bouncing off the jade floor beneath you, your feet illuminates a wide, toothy smile. As Foley stands to his feet.
I have him grappled. That's where we ended, with me grappling, having him grapple.
Yep.
Is he just standing up with me holding him still?
Yep, you're now on his back, pretty much. As he stands straight up. What is it you would all like to do?
Well, just as like a canon kind of band-aid, I guess Burbage would right around this time be like, "Oh, guys, you know what? I heard some stories about Arian and Pelatoth in which Pelatoth was able to change shape. That might be relevant information right now."
Yeah. Might have been relevant information before.
Yeah. Both of these statements are true. So
Foley dragon, get back down. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to be Foley. Get down.
Just as a quick question, I assume you ate Foley, yes?
That is correct.
We had questions to ask him. Did you also get his memories? Because we had a lot of things to ask.
I'm afraid not.
It's bullshit.
He was a bit tasty, though.
That doesn't help. I'm
That
glad
seems
he was
improbable
tasty.
given the fact that he hadn't washed in at least a week.
I like a bit of game to my meat.
That's just disgusting, and you're rude.
So
You notice Foley's just kind of staring straight at the pedestal of Izzrak Devere.
Can we help you?
I'm here to see an old friend.
For a pleasant social visit or bloodshed?
I mean, a pleasant social visit can include bloodshed, Charity. I don't know. That's a really confusing question.
I know, I kind of like this one.
I'm very likable.
Against all odds, she is. Talking or killing?
Just spending some time listening to the tales of little folk.
Okay, that seems like it doesn't involve our imminent demises. I'm okay with that. Can I get you any jerky or anything? I think he has some tarts.
No, I'm fine.
Hey, Pelatov. Great to see you again. An hour later, I think it's been. Yeah. We're having a little party down here. We've got some beanbag chairs. I was between two of them earlier, sort of like a bird beanbag. It was sort of a little joke. You probably heard the whole thing because you were right here. Anyway, we didn't give you pillows earlier because we didn't know it was you. If we had, we would have invited you to come on over, man. Come join the party. Have some fun. Relax. Lots of storytelling, lots of recapping, and it's been really great.
He sort of drifts his gaze away from the pedestal, now toward you, Burbage. And then he slowly walks a bit toward you, dragging Stormbringers behind him.
Hey.
As her arm is still firmly latched around his neck. He kind of bends down, picks up a glass of what appears to be orange juice, and begins to sip it.
Orange juice?
Yeah.
That's
There is
random.
no alcohol necessarily served.
Okay, I get that he doesn't serve any alcohol, but it feels a little weird that in this retreat he has a lot of access to, ready access to tropical fruit.
Yeah.
Right, he does, yeah, and fresh fruits too. Right.
I guess is a I don't know what tenses apply to him, druid.
Yeah. And this creature just sips some orange juice. Eventually the red-eyed puppet begins to move again. If there are no more questions for me, perhaps me and my old friend deserve some time alone.
There's kind of a lot
I
to.
thought you were gonna come with us to go do things.
I'm sorry?
I thought you were gonna come with us to go do things.
I don't think he ever agreed to do that.
No, I'm afraid my traveling days are over.
We had a whole plan to be able to be in touch with him via a complex
Yeah, I mean,
system
I
of
remember the
rabbits and
conversation.
squirrels.
And how you can't lift the giant jade pedestal even though I'm a Goliath, so I think that's bullshit. But yeah, I mean, I remember all this, but also now we have a dragon wearing Foley's skin, so maybe the dragon should carry the pedestal and you can come with us to help.
As much fun as in another adventure would be, I'm afraid It is not for me. This is no longer my story. It is yours.
Right. It is our story. You thought the prophecy was about you guys. It's really about us. That's all good. Fine. Yeah, we could leave you guys alone, maybe, as long as, just want to kind of check in with both of you and make sure that is, cool with both of you. Pelotov, you fine with us leaving you alone with Izzrak Devere? And I'll put my hand up so Izzrak can't see my my mouth. If you don't want to be left alone with him, wink both eyes at once.
Do you mean?
Do you mean
blink?
blink?
No, it's winking.
It's a subtle distinction.
I'm gonna turn to Pelotov.
And the other?
He said both eyes.
He said it once,
I
didn't
thought
he?
dragons were supposed to be smart.
I want to be very clear here. My hand is still up so that Izzrak cannot see my mouth.
From what vantage point, first of all? You're trying to hide from the puppet? Okay.
Yeah, from the main puppet that it's been.
Gotcha.
I want you to, individually with each eye, sort of wink, but at the same time. And trust me, I've done this many times while looking over water or looking into the shards of a mirror that I just shattered in rage. It feels different than blinking, and I really want you to just try it right now.
I can just tell you, I'm fine.
Oh, okay, you're fine.
He might just be saying that because he's being coerced, though. If he's not doing the winking, I mean,
I'm gonna look at Stormbringer. Him being coerced. Also, I'm with you, Pelotov. I don't get the whole wink with both eyes. That's blinking. It's just blinking.
All right, now, you know what? Now it's not even about leaving them alone together. This is more important. I really want you, Pelotov, to try this because trust me, if you think in your mind I'm winking these eyes individually at the same time, I swear to God, it feels different than blinking.
All right, you see him slowly close both eyes. And then another set of eyelids close over those.
Ah! No, that's not what I meant.
I'm pretty sure that's fine. You may leave us.
All right, and Izzrak, you're sure that he's not gonna, try to kill you?
Friends, you please look around my workshop. If you see something of value or something interesting to you, feel free to. It's yours.
Well, sure, that's great. I like that. But also, we should ask before we go, what is... We didn't ask this over the course of 2 episodes of recap and information gathering. What is the deal with your brain and your whole sitch right now? Can you just, in 20 words or less, can you explain to us what you did with yourself?
One of the large puppets comes over, stands next to the red-eyed puppet, holds up all 10 of its fingers, and as he says a word, each finger drops down.
Wow.
My whole deal is that I am still Izzrak in spirit, in brain flesh, but no longer Izzrak in body. And all the fingers have now gone down.
Perfect.
Charity is going to sort of be slowly clapping.
Maybe you are smart. So you just gave us free reign to loot you, right?
Loot. Pick out gifts. However you need to see it, darling.
Cool.
One other thing, are we going to leave Charity, Stormbringer, Hikari? Is that sort of where we're headed right now?
Yeah, I mean, we have a little bit of stuff we need to deal with, but we can deal with it, not, not with Izzrak. We just need to have a chat, just the four of us, just the tight circle, about a little bit of a problem.
Let's not forget that Arbin's here, so kind of the five of us.
No,
right,
he's
yeah.
not involved in the chat.
Well,
Chair-
I think we've
Charity's-
kind of.
Oh,
Charity's gonna message Cantrip into Stormbringer's head. You want me to ask if the dragon's still hungry?
Yeah, that might be a good idea. I messaged back. I remembered to message for one.
Burbage can't hear this, but he's suspicious. And he is saying, guys, Arbin's gotten kind of a bad shake here from us, right? So I say we bring him with us, and it'll be good.
Yeah, he can definitely come with us to the outside of this cave system.
And if we have any more questions for Izzrak, or do you need any help with anything, we can talk to your puppets. They've been very helpful. I've put my hand up and I've said that to Pelotov / Foley. And just one more thing, Pelotov, before we do kind of maybe give you some privacy. Did you happen to hear the part of the Little People's story where I kind of speculated that maybe Rin had set in motion the creation of the Bright Fang weapon so as to cause the presence of a weapon that could be used in the future to fight off Behelit? And I sort of had a moment where I was like, oh shit, I fucked up by giving it back to Pelotov. Like, oh my god, what did I do? Like, I know it was yours. It was yours to begin with. But did you hear that part? And what did you think?
I did hear that part.
There was a second part to that question. I know it's hard sometimes because he's so short. Sometimes it's hard to just hear it all and listen. But he also asked what you thought.
Gods no longer make sense to me. Surely you returning something cannot be a bad thing.
I'm with that was sort of my point.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. I wasn't, to be clear, I wasn't asking to have it back. I just was kind of, just putting out feelers. And Burbage is kind of just holding a beanbag chair and just kind of fluffing it. Who knows what it entails for, the destiny of us, and sort of prophecies about, the world ending or not ending. That's not, who cares about that? We'll all be fine. And Burbage will he's gradually just backing out of the room, just being super casual. Yeah, and I as long as you liked the stories and my part of the story, as long as we're good, that's all good. And we'll be here for a little bit if you have other thoughts or feelings or inclinations with respect to your chomper, your tooth. But that's not all right. So bye everyone. And I fall down the stairs and I'm
do the rest of you kind of follow Burbage out?
I would like to suggest that counted as a persuasion check.
Were
you falling downstairs?
No, trying to be persuasive.
Everything leading up to that. My subtle suggestions to Pelotov.
Was that subtle?
Burbage thinks so. He thought he nailed the subtlety until the stairs falling down situation.
Perhaps too subtle. He didn't.
Okay.
Pelotov didn't think there was anything to be persuaded at.
Which staircase did Burbage just roll down?
Left
the
side?
one that we came in through, the left.
Here, over there. So the rest of you follow Burbage, or
we walk.
We don't
roll down the stairs.
Arbin sort of follows then as well.
Actually.
Yeah.
Hold
on. Charity is specifically hanging back to speak to both Pelototh and Izzrak.
Okay.
Sorry, hold on 1 second.
And Hakari.
Hey, Arbin, do you want to do some of the light bondage now?
He walks right past you down the stairs.
Wow, okay, fuck you too. I thought you were interested. I'm sorry, I would have asked if you weren't.
So if I do an athletics check, can I try to do like handsprings down the headstands down the
an acrobatics check? Yes. Yeah.
Oh, not acrobatics.
Sorry. That's what that is. Give me an acrobatics check.
Nice.
What? 18?
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, Hakari,
I was
you
not expecting that.
on your hands sort of dance a little bit down the stairway. As you get to the landing next to a fallen Burbage, you sort of reach back to your feet, and
I do I stick like an Olympic landing too, and then I look at Burbage and go.
from back up at the platform, you'll hear Charity once again, sort of quietly applauding.
What is it that you want, little one? Looking to you now, Charity.
Assuming that everyone else has moved away.
Do you want him to jump off?
Oh, no. It's not important in the sense of the players not hearing anything. It's just Charity would be making sure that everyone else was enough away. And he'll sort of turn and bow to both Izzrak and Pelototh. I merely wanted to thank you, Mr. DeVere, for the information and the guidance that you have provided us. And to you, Pelototh, thank you for allowing Burbage to again demonstrate what sets him apart from so many.
Yes, thank you. Indeed. Thank you very much, Charity. You are wise beyond your years.
Also, Pelototh... Oh, sorry. Not to interrupt. Yeah, go on.
Oh, it's fine. No, would you do a favor? Would you send Hakari back up when you get down there?
Of course.
Thank you.
He's gonna... So Charity will be like, of course, I'll do that immediately. Pelototh, quick question. Are you at all still peckish after eating Foley?
I had an orca earlier today. I'm fine.
An orca?
Curry's not there.
If there was
I know, but are we talking like an orca, like a real world
killer
orca?
whale, sure, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I didn't know if it was a monster in D&D.
If there was a chance that we might end up with a body that we would hate to waste, would you be interested? Should I leave it somewhere for you in here?
I eat what I please, not the remnants of things you'd rather forget.
Fair enough. Again, thank you both. I will fetch Hakari.
Fetch me.
So what are the rest of you doing down below? Stormbringer, Hakari, Burbage, as you're down there, you see...
Wait, where are we going?
Yeah, you see several of these large puppets are kind of moving between these long tables, maybe 10 foot long, 5 feet wide-ish, filled with notes and books and potions and bits of just various herbalism scattered about. To your mind, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, kind of what's down here. You also do remember there was another door across the little chamber from which you had come in that you've not explored. Other than that, it seems like you are free to look about. And it's not too long then after when Charity starts to come back down the stairs.
Charity will sort of, Hikari? Izzrak asked me to ask if you could come back up. I think he had something else he wanted to talk to you about.
Fine.
We'll wait for you.
Okay, thank you. Can I do handsprings up the stairs?
Another acrobatics check? This one's a little harder. It's upstairs.
Sorry. It's just my
You're
computer. Being slow. It's not going to go as well.
I'm sure.
I saw it almost set on the nat 20.
That would have been awesome.
You do a handstand. You get up 2 steps and you look at Burbage and just kind of wink as you are upside down. And then as you go to reach for the next step, you slip and slam straight down on your head on the thing, and you topple. Then your feet splayed across the top of the stairs on this first landing.
And then I get up very quickly and dust myself up and walk up the stairs.
Okay. You walk up the stairs. Hey, why doesn't everyone then hop off for a moment except for our Hikari here?
Cool. Be right back, everybody.
All right. Hikari, as you approach both the red-eyed puppet and the creature that looks like Foley are standing there waiting, watching you.
There's 2 red-eyed puppets, right?
Nope, just not the large one, the smaller puppet here.
Oh, that's Izzrak. Okay,
yes, that's the one that's been
the other
speaking.
2 aren't in the room.
Yeah, they seem to be kind of bodyguards of sorts.
Okay, so they're just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you approach, then the cylinder in the middle begins to rise.
Okay.
And you'd seen this before as the brain sort of emerged out of this, and you now see the jar again raise up out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And the voice comes from the red-eyed puppet and says, "My dear Hikari, I can see you feigned inattention as we were speaking so many truths, and well, I know that's not quite the case, is it? It's not that you were bored listening to these tales, but I saw it in your eyes, in your name. You are something old, aren't you?"
Excuse me.
I mean no disrespect. Something ancient.
Depends what you call ancient.
And then Foley begins to speak. Your name. Did you inherit it? Or has it always been your name?
Do I know?
Do you know? What?
I don't know. Do I know if my name was inherited?
You don't know anything about your original family.
Okay.
No.
So I know.
Yeah, Hikari has always been the name that you take on once you realize, oh, you are this person. You are always named something in your new life, different as a child, but you eventually then come back to this name.
So I tell them that, I guess.
Yeah. Do you tell them that you have been reborn over and over?
No, I'll just say it was my original name.
Interesting. I can see it in your eyes, though. You are young in body, but your eyes are old. The window that I see into the deeper you is ancient. Do you know someone named Asuna?
I just sort of look down and say yes.
Interesting. Do you know how she died? You remember.
I
It's
can't
okay, ask,
remember
yeah.
if I
No,
know.
you may not. You, Hikari, remember that she had died frozen to death in a pillar of ice.
What?
This was after she had lost her arm.
But
after you had been married.
Yeah.
After magic had produced you a child.
Yeah.
As she grew older, this fierce woman that you knew and loved grew a bit slower.
I thought she was encased in ice.
She was, eventually.
Okay.
By something.
Okay.
That you had never exactly known.
Okay.
And that was one of your early lives.
Okay.
Earlier lives. I hope it is not a shock, but I feel that I must be truthful. I am the one that ended Asuna.
That ended Asuna? So wait, really quick. If she'd been encased in ice, wouldn't I have like already used that hellfire stuff on her to...
Good question. You've never attained hellfire for yourself?
Okay.
You know of its existence mostly because you were killed by it last time. And that was hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
That she had died that way.
So I immediately drop my sword.
You draw your sword.
Mm-hmm.
I mean no violence here. Only to say that she was a fierce woman.
Then why did you encase her in ice?
I only protected myself. Even with only one arm, she may have killed me.
I get closer and poke my knife, like, I don't know, wherever his chin would be or his chest.
Okay. He doesn't move.
No, I just say, I say, like, you better explain right now, or you will be killed.
It was a long time ago, but she had been hunting me ever since I destroyed the town of Hillfall. It was long ago.
So is this guy just like evil, or I don't understand?
Do you want to ask him?
Well, why would you destroy a town? Why are you just...
It was a town run by a very bad person. But make no mistake, yes, I am evil. I am very bad. She meant to stop. But she also was getting old and knew her time was coming. All of this to say, dear Hikari, as the puppet begins to speak, we recognize old things that need to die. that sometimes long for death. Do you know what I mean?
I just stare at him. I don't say anything. I just sort of...
When the last page of a story has been written, it's probably good to shut the book and put it back on the shelf.
Great metaphors. I understand what you're saying.
When a boat has pulled into harbor for the last time, that boat may be still broken down into pieces. Do you know what I mean?
I say I agree. There are things that have lived too long and need to be shut down. And then I thrust my sword into the wooden puppet guy, the evil one.
Into the puppet or the brain
Oh,
jar itself?
Wasn't the puppet?
The puppet's speaking, but the brain is the one controlling it, you believe.
Oh, I guess that's true. So, but don't we need Izzrak?
It's whatever Hikari. I don't know what Hikari's doing. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'll thrust it into the brain.
Give me an attack roll, please. No one's gonna be mad. You're good.
No one's gonna be mad.
You do you.
Okay, ready, go. It is a brain just sitting there.
A 23 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
Okay. 12
damage. As your black blade incredibly quickly, moves from under the chin of Foley, slicing across the glass cylinder that is containing the brain. Immediately, there's a flash of white radiant light as you pour all of your radiant energy into the strike. The brain itself falls in pieces as the alcohol mixture of the liquid that was containing it spills onto the ground. There's almost a static electricity charge in the air. The candles and the torches around you flare up in response to this, and you are pretty sure you just destroyed the brain that was here.
Can I stab it one more time?
You can stab it one more time. You don't even need to roll for that. As your sword pierces through it again.
And I just twist it.
You twist it.
Yeah.
You have ended, would you believe, Izzrak Devere.
I would hope so. I don't know what else. Oh no.
As the red-eyed puppet crumbles to the ground, seemingly now without a master, without anything else, the two other puppets slump forward just a bit and then pop up again and rush at you.
Okay. I attacked the one nearest me.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's get everyone else in here now as well.
No. I didn't think he'd show us his only vulnerable spot. I thought that would have been pretty stupid.
What the fuck is happening?
Why don't we all go ahead and roll initiative?
What?
Fucking hell.
Awesome. Thank you, Darcy. I'm so excited.
Hikari is Hikari, that's why.
Okay, but maybe this battle will solve some problems for us, if you know what I mean. Charity, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Such a pity when fireballs go astray.
Please remember to click on your icon before you click on the initiative.
So are we fighting a dragon or a brain in a jar? One of those is easier.
Nothing at the moment.
Then why are we rolling initiative?
Charity's browsing a book.
I never get. It's always like a 6 or a 9 when it comes to.
I rolled a way shittier initiative because I think I'm still on the ground from falling down the stairs.
Yeah, probably.
You never quite got up. You just you like sort of scooched down the second staircase.
Yeah, exactly. I slid down on a beanbag chair and just stayed seated at the bottom.
Hence the no need for a deck save.
Indeed.
It all plays together.
As Sam called out in Twitch, he was like, "Well, Bourbon should have had to roll a deck save for that fall."
Nah.
Beanbag armor.
He meant to. Okay, so you hear a crashing of glass. The torches all around you flare up. And you hear just a scream of rage from Hikari as you then all of a sudden see a familiar white burst of light as you see the radiant energy of Hikari that you've seen many times against foes. The puppets around you slump to the ground immediately.
The puppets around me?
All of you. And
Oh, man.
then they begin to sort of stand up again.
Yeah.
All of their eyes now glowing red.
Zombie puppets.
And you hear a voice. Further security measures are taken in the absence of Izzrak Devere. And then you see blades and hands turning backward, coming out of the puppets themselves. All of you recognize that this now all of a sudden looks very aggressive. And Charity, you are able to go first. What is it that you'd like to do?
So the puppets down here with us are now activated?
It appears so. And you did hear that from up above, but you can't see what's going on up above.
So we heard a shattering of glass, saw Hikari having been aggressive as a sign, and in the absence of Izzrak Devere. In the security announcement. All right, so it takes Charity all of about half a second to put together what's happened.
I've never stabbed a brain in a jar before.
Do the puppets
why
look aggressive towards us, or do they look like they're about to book it up the stairs?
They sort of turn to the nearest person.
Oh, fuck me.
To them.
So can I take it to mean that Arbin is the closest one to the one that's nearest me?
It does appear so, yes.
Okie doke. Oh, wait. The squares on the floor aren't squares? They're in 2.5 feet?
are they supposed to be?
What?
No, they should be within 5 feet.
Okay, so we should be doubling everything, basically, that we're seeing.
No, hold on. I don't know why it's like that. Let's put 5 feet and okay.
Okay, because I'm like, I shouldn't be within 5 feet of that puppet, right?
No.
Okay, sorry, I was watching the measurements and I didn't catch what Lena had done with measuring to Arbin, and it was measuring to me and it said 5 feet, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I get you.
What? So if I see the one closest to me sort of turning towards Arbin.
Yeah.
And they definitely look hostile.
Yes.
Okay. I'm assuming that on this, these like tables, there's just lots of little objects.
Yes.
Over by the other one, the one on the other side of the room, which is weirdly the one that I'm closest to, or the only one for which I am the nearest target. Yeah. 10 of those objects are going to come to life.
Okay.
Like, Not great. Not great. Not great. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And then I need to use a bonus action, and I will command the floating beakers and plates, etc., to destroy that puppet, pointing at it.
Yep, across the far room.
Yep.
Excellent.
And then with my movement... And that'll do it for me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you move around the table, putting both Stormbringer and Foley between you and the nearest puppet level.
Arbin.
Arbin, sorry. Yes.
And then I think they go immediately after me then. Right?
Okay.
I thought you meant the puppets.
No! God, no!
Ambiguous referent.
Wait, did you give me control over, like, caltrops at one point?
I don't think so.
I mean, you've used...
Oh, right, I just click it 10 times. Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, that was a Roll20 question, I see.
Okay, we got a lot of to hits now.
Yeah.
I'm assuming a 19 hits?
Yes.
So we're going to start with 5 damage. So
anything above, yeah.
I was like...
15 will hit, the 13 will hit.
Okay.
And that's the lowest that'll hit.
So 5... I'm just going to start counting damage then. 5, 13, 21, 27, 33, 39, 46, 54.
How much total?
54.
54.
Be killed by cutlery.
All right. Yeah, so potions and cutlery and random books start chomping on this this poor puppet in the corner. I don't know if you can call it puppet anymore. Anyway. It's tearing off pieces of it. Bits of clockwork machinery kind of spill onto the floor. It actually looks quite hurt. And Stormbringer.
So, like, does it look... I mean, puppets don't really get bloodied. But does it look bloodied?
That far one? You've never encountered one before. You're not exactly sure what they look like when they're really badly hurt. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how much HP they have.
Yeah.
Okay. Rage on! And I'm gonna rage.
Okay. Alright, you're raging. Bits of electricity sort of arc out around you as well. And if you can tell, even though you were far below ground, somewhere way, way, way above you, a cloud is forming.
I'm gonna shout... Defensive indifference!
What did you shout?
Defensive indifference.
Okay.
And I'm moving over here to block anything coming from that chamber. Fuck, or should I... Hikari, we just heard yell in anger, not in pain, right?
Correct.
Okay, then for now I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna move into, like, there. And I think that's my turn.
Okay. Arbid immediately tries to back away from the puppet as well. And this thing is going to get a strike at him. Oh, God. That's a crit hit on the part of the puppet.
Oh, no.
Immediate extra attack. Okay. That's also going to hit him. 33. Okay. It slams in Arbin with its giant fist, and then it picks him up and slams him into the ground. Again, Arbin is seemingly unconscious, then sort of toppled in front of the puppet. That was nasty.
So super quickly, I will say that I feel like Stormbringer can hear Charity's voice somewhere behind her. They're a little bit strong.
Yeah, fuck, shit.
Though solving problems.
Hikari, give me an athletics check.
Okay.
As one of the puppets comes up behind you, tries to wrap its wooden mechanical arms around you. You are able to shove it away from you, though, with your shield. You just bash it, and it's not quite able to get an effect. The other one, though, is going to then try to hit you. Oh, that is another crit hit.
Oh, God.
Freaking puppets!
Oh shit, it's the bad one.
It's a really bad one. All right, you are... This thing immediately slams straight into your head.
Okay.
As your back was turned on it. You are immediately dazed, and you are down half your hit points here.
Jesus.
As this thing slams straight into your head, you just immediately see a brilliant white light. You can't focus on anything. You're gonna miss your next round because of that.
Would that have made a lot of noise, or would she have shouted in pain or anything?
That probably happened, shouting in pain, and as you hear a crash from up above, as well. All right. No one then sees this happen.
Oh, great.
That's great. No one sees something happen.
Because that is interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Charity, from somewhere above on the jade platform, you see a mass of wood and cloth being flung out over the side of it, crumpling onto the ground below. Still ticking and whirring just a bit, but looks entirely damaged as one of its arms is completely gone and thrown across the room as well. Something seemingly attacked that and threw it over the edge. And Hikari, you are still stunned at this point. Burbage Kemp.
Oh, fuck me. So a puppet just tumbled down here
Yes.
Injured?
Yes, and prone on the ground. Kind of in a wad of machinery.
And Arbin looks... He's unconscious, yeah?
Yeah. You could go do a check if you want to see if he's like bleeding out or not, but...
I mean, I'm not going to do that, but Burbage, on the heel of, last week's apology for sexually harassing him, and tonight's
by everyone,
and tonight's appeal to the group, like, hey, I think we've been kind of mean to Arbin. Burbage will rush forward and put himself between Arbin and this puppet.
Okay.
And I will... This is where... So I am going to attack this puppet with the elven short sword that I found on the body on the iceberg, which Burbage has, been thinking about it. And he's like, oh shit, this is that really, really, really sharp blade that kind of popped up in a few of those stories about Arian and Pelatoth. If he were, and he's like, if I recall correctly, that elven blade is called Anathine, and it translates roughly into common as Ender of Walls. He's not thinking that now, but
as you're pondering that, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but yeah. So I don't know. If we have time here for you to just double check that the stats on that are right on my character sheet, but that is what I'll be using for my main attack. Should I just click it? Nothing to double check?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I think I put it in for you, so I think it's probably right.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I forgot. I lose track of these things.
Oh god, it's horribly wrong. No.
It was supposed to have a negative 17.
So that's a 22.
Yeah, that hits. This incredibly sharp blade carves into this thing across its chest, breaking some of the wood apart, and you see the clockwork inside of it, doing 7 damage, right?
For 7 piercing. Unfortunately, I do not have sneak attack. But for my bonus action, I can do a second attack with my offhand short sword?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so close.
It was teasing you.
16?
That hits as well.
5 piercing.
All right.
No one attacks a man who I accidentally sexually harassed. Burbage has had better, but that's okay. Better lines of dialogue, not sexual harassment.
Wow, I was gonna say,
not sexual harassment victims.
Well, no, there's even a question of, is it I've had better sexual harassment victims or I've had better sexual harassment? There's two I feel equally but differently awful statements.
Yeah, it's all really bad. Adam, feel really bad about all the sexual harassment stuff, as well as last week's mistake about Sacagawea versus Pocahontas. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm really sorry, okay?
Spiritual weapon is going to be called into existence next to the one that's on the ground.
Okay.
Wait, is the one on the ground not dead? I thought it was dead.
Nope, it's still moving, yeah.
Oh, so the dragon just chucked a living one at us.
And it's on the ground, so technically the spiritual weapon has advantage.
Aye.
So I'll just roll it again and make sure I don't get better. Well, I do, but 29 hits, I assume?
It does.
10 force damage.
All right, yeah, it slams into it, breaking off probably one of its legs, it looks like, spilling what actually looks like a couple blades onto the floor. It's really hurt.
Don't like. And then I'm going to silver flame darts at the one that Burbage is fighting.
Okay. Oh, that's a crit hit.
That's 2 crit hits.
As is that.
Wow, what the fuck?
So
that's insane.
Again, a column of fire will appear around Charity in addition to his normal halos and form into flaming feathers that reform his broken horn. All right, fine. You look flammable. So I'll do the first one, I guess, because technically the other could target somewhere else. I don't know how you want to run that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You won't kill it on this
So the first one is Sunder Shield. 9 fire with the first hit. And 20 fire with the first critical.
Okay.
And then Fearful with the second critical effect.
Okay, interesting.
And a 22. So 51 fire damage.
Beautiful.
And then, since I told them to just destroy that other one, I'm assuming that the various housewares and labwares are going to keep on keeping on that one. But I will sort of mentally connect to them. Keep fighting the good fight. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right, you go up the stairs.
I'm actually going to stay right there. Yeah, it's interesting down there. Also, Burbage threw himself between the thing and Arbin.
Fucking why?
Guilt, I assume.
Stormbringer is so confused by all of this. Which, anyway, Stormbringer, it's your turn.
Plateware.
Or, I'm sorry.
Dishware.
Yeah, dishware.
We've got a whole be my guest situation coming up.
The 26, the 18, the 28, the 14, all hit. Those 4, I think. Unless I missed one.
Get it, Beauty and the Beast?
Okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get
8, 16. That's a crit hit. So I'll just reduplicate the die. Because it wasn't even a great roll. 26, 32. That's another crit hit. 38, 43. Yep.
As well? Okay.
No.
Oh, sorry.
I only see crit hits right now. I haven't gotten very far down though.
Just haven't done.
54, 59.
4 crit misses.
No, those are the damage dice that are ones.
Oh,
I think
okay,
there
okay,
is
good.
one.
There is one crit miss.
I think, yeah, there it is. I see it. Okay.
Do you want me to roll effects for those?
Yeah, just in case. Something crazy happens. Just
So
attention.
boisterous, and
Yeah.
it floats. So
Yeah, it's fine.
okay, so it was
it's being swarmed by all of this colory. Things are biting at it and
64
slashing at it.
damage.
Yeah, the things are going inside of its machinery and pulling apart all of the cogs and wheels until basically they just sort of burst out of it again, and the thing falls completely motionless then to the ground.
Good job, cutlery team.
Nice. All right. Hakari, you are getting attacked.
Did you just
Oh, I'm sorry,
skip
Stormbringer.
me?
Yeah.
It's
Nope,
cool.
I
Sorry.
totally tried to. Yeah, the things are not in turn order. I get it. Okay.
Okay, fuck. So, Hikari is. I heard a scream of pain and a loud thump, but I know Burbage has run in. You guys, like, the tank can't be in 2 places at once. If we could not do this.
Yeah, just pick who Stormbringer cares more about, Hikari
Yeah.
or
Hey,
Burbage.
fuck, obviously it's Burbage!
Aw.
I'm fine. Like, I really am fine. I know I took half my hit points, but I'm not like half dead or anything.
Hikari would go to Burbage.
Okay. Stormbringer's gonna like look frantically in between the noise she heard in Burbage for a second, and then run towards Burbage. You fucking stupid halfling!
All right.
And I can't like stand on the tables, can I?
I'll let you jump on a table. Yeah.
We'll see what happens, but
Does it do bad things to me? Like, is it difficult terrain or anything?
It'll be difficult terrain. Yeah.
I'll just move down next to Burbage instead.
Okay. So you're right here, or
down there.
What's? Yeah, you okay? Your path is pretty good. I don't think you have to. You stayed away from this guy who tried to like reach under the table with one of his long arms still and slash at you, but you were too far away.
Okay. And I'm going to swing at this big fucker with my battle.
With your battle axe.
25.
25.
For I want to say 14 slashing damage. Let me double check how much am I right. Yes, for 14 slashing damage. Second attack.
Yeah, actually, as you slash into
attack.
this, and you slash into this, you batter a large chunk of machinery through the backside of its wooden hull. Basically, it tang to the floor, and then the puppet itself goes limp right next to you.
Tang, tang, tang to the floor. Tang, tang, tang.
I think I have 5 more feet of movement. I think I move 35 and my movement's 40.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move up next to Burbage, kind of half standing on the dead.
Gotcha.
Don't stand right next to the puppets, Burbage. God. And is that the other one within 10 feet of me now?
It is, yes.
So it needs to make a DC 17 dex save.
Uh, 21.
I meant to roll 2. So it'll take 3 points of lightning damage. Also, I don't know if that hurts them. They're made of wood. But figured I'd...
Yeah. You think it did. Yeah, it sort of seemed to activate the machinery, kind of sputtered for a second, making it really hard to move. Yeah, that did seem to hurt it, probably.
Cool. So that's my turn.
And, okay, yeah, then them. They're going to be moving a bit. Dang it. Hikari one's gonna slash at you.
Okay.
As its blade now comes out of its forearm. 24 hits you, I believe, for 16 slashing damage.
Attack yet?
Not. You're very soon. Yeah, you are not quite stunned anymore like you were.
So I have to wait a whole nother turn?
No. You're coming up here.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm sorry. What was 16?
16 damage.
Okay.
And then the other one is going to crawl along the ground with its 2 basically remaining limbs. It's going to sort of pull itself along the ground, scraping and
stop.
It's going to try to slash at your feet there, Stormbringer. Though it seems to have a hard time kind of
stomp its face off,
aiming at you. 12, I believe, does not hit you.
No, that doesn't hit me.
Good. Then And then this time, Hakari, you see the creature fully. Only this time his fingers have grown long into white claws. A large sort of maw protruding out from his face, with white fangs. A type of steam almost coming off of him as he moves right next to you, and he slashes and bites into this creature.
And I say, yeah, you better be helping us after we give you your fang back.
Not now. Shit. That's a lot of damage. Okay. And Hakari, your turn.
So I'm going to slash at the puppet.
Okay. Give me an attack.
With my sword.
$26 hits.
Yes. Okay, and then I'll roll damage.
11, 13 damage, all right?
Could I also bite it?
Yes. With your bonus attack, you try to sink your fangs into the wood itself, trying to tear off pieces of it.
Can I try and poison it?
You can certainly try.
I don't know if that'll work.
I feel like Hakari's combats are a variation on the YouTube series Will It Blend? Can I bite?
Can I bite? 19 hits. You sink into one of its arms, trying to pull it off, and you're scraping pulling one of the joints out.
7.
All right. You inject poison into it as much as you can, but you don't actually
think it would, but
has any effect. There's no
worth a shot.
Circulatory system. Yeah, certainly. And Burbage. Unless you want to move, Hakari, but
no, I guess I'll stay right here.
Okay. Burbage.
You said this desk is difficult terrain?
For Stormbringer, yeah, you'll have to make like an acrobatics check to jump up on it.
I honestly might forego that and just run around it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Would I be able to go this way and over? Or the puppet's also probably difficult terrain, huh?
Not really. It's now, yeah, it's spread out enough in its.
All right, so
death.
Yeah, so Burbage kind of gives an exasperated sigh at Stormbringer's, insistence that he not stand next to the puppet. He'll kind of scramble under between her legs, roll over the dead body of this puppet, and go up to this puppet and attack it with the.
You have advantage on all melee attacks against it. It's still kind of prone.
Cool. I'll attack it with the Ender of Wars.
All right. $16 hits.
So that 16. Was okay. 16.
7 damage.
7 piercing, and that is Stormbringer adjacent.
It is.
So sneak attack. Ba-ba-ba, through the legs, over your old friend's dead body. You didn't expect Burbage Kemp, the halfling rogue. Sneaky as fuck.
Right.
Is Burbage doing that out loud?
Yeah, and he's suddenly speaking American. Sure.
Not even his accent. Awesome. As this thing reaches for Stormbringer's leg to try to pull her down, you dash through the legs onto the arm itself and stab straight into the head of this thing as it just pops off your incredibly sharp blade slicing then through the side of it, gears toppling onto the ground, and it too goes limp and stops moving on the ground.
Nice. I still have some movement, presumably.
Yes.
I do a reverse roll over the dead puppet, a reverse kind of scramble through Stormbringer's legs, and roll over to Arbin.
Okay.
And I will, I guess do a med check on him.
Okay.
Rich only has one
yeah.
healing potion, and I don't know if he's willing to use that on Arbin right now.
Yeah. I don't think you can make a check with a cunning action. So.
But I can use an object. Right?
Yes, you could use an object. Yeah, like a potion.
In which case, yes, Burbage will pour half of his potion of healing. Down Arbin's throat, as okay. With as minimal kind of sexual harassment energy as possible.
Noted.
It wouldn't have had any sexual harassment energy.
When you pour liquids, when a guy pours liquid down another guy's throat, Stormbringer, it's got energy. Trust me.
Energy.
Implications. Okay.
Oh my god.
So I don't know what do you want to roll something for half of a potion? How much that might help him out?
Yeah, go. I'll roll the 2d4. Why don't you go ahead and roll a charisma check?
Half a potion.
Oh, it's half a potion.
1d4 plus 1.
You can give me a charisma check to see how sexily you did it.
I don't want to do
unsexily.
That's the point.
Unsexily. How frumpily.
Charisma save, sure.
And wait, I want it to be high or low, to be non-sexual.
High for what you're attempting to do.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's low.
Oh no, I rolled a 6 charisma save. I'm gonna be. Am I sexually harassing him by just pouring?
You're like
healing
no.
You like gently wipe away like a bead of the potion from the corner of his mouth.
Yeah. To everyone else, you're just helping out an unconscious person pouring a potion into it. No one is thinking differently. But in your own mind, you're like, oh shit. This is weird. That's how we're going to roll that.
Oh man, I really can't afford to be cancelled at this point in the campaign.
All right, Charity then.
Did that help? Did he wake up or something at all?
It seemed to take effect, and it's right now closing some of the wounds. Yes.
Okay.
So hopefully, he'll be conscious soon. Okay.
So I see this one puppet here. The red-eyed puppet is down. Pseudo Dragon Foley.
Yeah. Yep. You see Pseudo Dragon Foley. You see the cylinder, the glass cylinder where the brain was being kept, is broken entirely, and liquids have been spilled entirely over the jade.
I'm going to assume there's just fucking chunks of brain as well.
Chunks of brain, as well.
Charity's going to sort of spin around the corner, his, hands raised for casting spells, see that and go, we're going to need to have a conversation about that. And then I'm going to launch silver flame darts at the puppet.
Okay.
This is your brain on Hikari.
Oh my gosh, another crit hit.
Charity, you're rolling so many crits.
I end them.
Ridiculous.
That absolutely will end them. So why don't you go ahead and describe to me how this one goes out?
Basically, the feathers that launch from my horns are just going to all three arc up and over, and then from its left and its right, and then straight from above, all three of them will shatter through its head, then cut back through its torso.
Right.
I don't appreciate people hurting my family. Thank you, Pelatoth, for what I'm assuming was that heave of one of them off the balcony. How you feeling, Hikari?
And with that, we are out of combat, ladies and gentlemen. As that final puppet on fire with silver flames starts to burn itself to ash on the jade cylinder, or the jade ground below.
Hikari kind of looks frustrated, actually. Like just kind of walks by you and mutters thanks, and then just kind of looks frustrated.
So, while Burbage and I are still down here, I'm gonna take out my Oniglaive, and I'm gonna say, "We have to go help Charity and Hikari, Burbage!" And I'm gonna run towards the main, the chamber they're in, and trip and fall on Arbin with my Oniglaive.
Are you?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Can she do that?
Are you trying to hide that?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make it look like. So what do you need me to roll?
Okay, so
oh no.
Let's roll either a sleight of hand, I think, or
wouldn't there be a performance?
Yeah, or a performance. I'll let you do sleight of hand or performance to see, like, is this more of a dexterous thing or is this more of a
selling the?
I'm gonna do a sleight of hand.
Okay.
14?
Burbage's eyes are incredibly keen. I'm afraid he's going to see through that.
I mean, I'm still doing it though, right?
100%. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, your glaive slips and falls onto Arbin again. Why don't you give me a damage roll for the glaive?
Oh, no.
We're just going to automatically hit that, as he's not moving or anything. 23
slashing magic damage.
Yeah. Your glaive sort of sticks into his arm entirely. As so it's not quite the music.
Yeah, really.
Let's think of another.
So does he look dead again?
Your glaive is sticking straight out of his shoulder. He does seem to be still breathing.
So he's just unconscious again.
It does appear that way, yeah.
Okay. Oh no! Oh god! I'm so sorry, Arbin! I'm gonna twist it really hard while I'm removing it. I'm so sorry.
Give me another attack roll, or give me another damage roll. Unless Burbage, you're trying to...
He's not letting you do that. He's gonna somehow try to push you off or something. Like whatever Burbage can. I don't know what that would be.
Off?
Or get.
Yeah, that's
fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something. What can I do, Andy?
You're trying to stop her from twisting the thing in it. You can just kind of shove her away, or you can try to pull out the glaive itself, or either one's going to be kind of a strength.
Or twist it around.
Or twist it around yourself. Whatever you want to do.
I guess just... I mean, Burbage sees this happen.
Yeah.
He knows that she did it on purpose.
Yeah.
In that moment, he's just... I mean, all he can think to do is just try to jump on Stormbringer's arm and try to wrestle her arm away from off of the glaive or something.
The arm holding the glaive. You're gonna try to wrestle.
I guess, yeah. But Burbage and I are both in shock right now.
Burbage and Adam are both in shock.
Sorry, am I far enough away that I would have seen that?
You didn't see that. Yeah, you're still up top.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give me competing strength checks, please. 15 for Burbage. 17 for Stormbringer. Burbage, as you're attempting to wrestle her arm away, just shouting at her, Stormbringer, you kind of, let's say you violently sort of lift out the the glaive from this thing, twisting it perhaps as you do so. And you're able to kind of do that even though Burbage is hanging on your arm.
Okay.
Causing more damage. As Arbin is now bleeding profusely. And certainly anyone would imagine he's bleeding out about this point.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Burbage. I'm so clumsy sometimes.
Just metagame, I am a healer. So
As is Charity, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Wait,
Burbage-
is Charity up there too?
Charity can see.
Oh, Charity.
This is
can
down
see.
below.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Burbage is just slack-jawed, just staring at you for a long moment, Stormbringer, and then I'm gonna try to does it look like Stormbringer's going to attack Arbin again?
I'm just standing there with you hanging off my arm right now.
I'm gonna drop down and try to drag Arbin away from. I know I'm a halfling.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to drag Arbin away from Stormbringer.
Okay. Just give me a strength check or athletics check. It shouldn't be too
Athletics?
hard. Yeah. Would that add anything to the 10? Oh, that's fine. We'll say
That's
that.
not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, it was a strength check. It didn't add anything. You can move him maybe 10 feet away, and he's still bleeding out pretty badly.
So I feel the need to take. What is that?
Nothing.
A GM roll.
Just a roll.
I feel like I need to take a moment to table talk or something. So so Burbage is clearly not on the same page as Charity and Stormbringer in terms of the cavalier, who gives a shit about Arbin. Am I, Adam, also missing something?
So
Quite possibly.
I can explain Stormbringer's motivation. She heard the whole conversation with about what would happen, what Izzrak suggested we do to kill Behelit, which is letting her take over Charity's body and then killing Charity and Behelit while Behelit is weak.
Which is just also to provide another bit of clarity, which was Honway's plan back then.
Yes, and then Stormbringer heard all the implications that Honway knows this and probably wants to do this, or at least wants to stop Behelit. And Arbin said, we asked him something so are you going to tell Honway what we talked about here, or something casual like that? Right. And he was yeah, probably. And Stormbringer will do anything to protect her family.
The assumption being that Arbin will tell Honway.
And then Honway will try to kill Charity and Behelit.
There was also another implication, because that's only one side of it, and I'm just giving you a little bit, Adam, for clarity on Charity and some of that. Not that you've seen much not that you have any evidence of Charity having this attitude. Beyond that, Izzrak was sort of she's made you to be her host. You are her ideal host. You should probably be killed. Or sort of along the lines of, she cannot get your powers. That is an unacceptable. She'll have the power that can kill her in her control if she has you, which sort of added on besides Honway's original plan of let's summon her down into, a god down into a target and then kill them. It's probably would be better. And there was a clear implication at the table, which is what Charity responded to, of Charity should just be killed now.
I got all of that, but so there's a clear understanding on Charity's and Stormbringer's part that Honway does not already know about Behelit's plans for Charity?
Probably unclear how much he knows.
Yeah, it's unclear. We know he's trying to stop Behelit. We know he'll do anything to stop Behelit, basically. We know that he's been working to do that. We don't know how much he knows.
We also know that a vast number of people in his employ end up dead.
So I guess what I'll say is, like, I mean, yeah, I caught most of that. I definitely remember the moment where Stormbringer was like, you know, saying, Arbin, like, you're gonna keep it a secret, right? Like, totally. And so Burbage, I'm gonna say Burbage did track all that, and Burbage has a somewhat of an understanding as to why we are being wary of Arbin. But still, this is beyond the pale, because because Arbin was not like an imminent threat to us, and I'm having trouble. This is a big moment.
Yeah.
And unless I'm an idiot, and I'm an idiot, Burbage is an idiot, maybe, I don't know, but Burbage is horrified at what Stormbringer just did.
Sure, he might be. I think Burbage has always been a better person than Stormbringer.
Yeah. So
first of all, this is awesome. We should probably flip into characters, because I think players understand generally what's going on. Even if you disagree, that's awesome. That's a player thing too.
I needed to talk through it for clarification's sake.
Totally.
Because I didn't know if there was something.
No, and I think that was a really good thing. Make sure where you are.
Yeah.
So Burbage will, you know, he's pulled Arbin 10 feet. If Charity's coming down, like, Burbage is just like, Stormbringer, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And if I see if Burbage probably looks to Charity immediately,
Charity,
like, save him, and I'm curious what Charity then would do.
Just purposefully put a glaive into Arbin's shoulder. What is happening?
He wants to kill Charity. I can't let him.
He doesn't want to do
anything. Hurt you.
Stormbringer, Arbin doesn't know what he's doing. We're all just spiders in Ponway's nest. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm not gonna let anybody hurt either of you ever. Never.
Did I say spider in Ponway's nest?
You did.
Yeah.
What? Metaphors are so.
Yeah, whatever, it works. And at this point, then also Hikari and Foley are coming down.
Spider in his nest?
What's... Oh, Jesus, what is Ponway's nest?
Not even like... we're all just... I meant like insects in his web.
Flies in his web was what you were going for.
Spider nest.
Spies in... We're all just spiders in his nest. He's a bird now?
That is hilarious. Okay, well, so yeah. I'll look pleadingly at Charity.
I'm not gonna let anybody. No, don't you look at Charity like. And I'm gonna step in with my glaive kind of partially raised.
Oh, Jesus.
No. I'm not gonna let anybody hurt either of you ever again. We lost Vimeris. We lost Charity once. This isn't happening.
I'm standing over Arbin. I'm like between Stormbringer and Arbin.
And I'm between Charity and Arbin as much as I can be.
Gotcha.
Sorry. I'm going to sort of move to clear a little bit of space so I can look at Arbin and see. Because okay, I know that I ended up going full-on, like, direct meta with, does he taste funny? Or something, because we were spiraling through some side things. But Hikari said there was something weird about Arbin. So, looking at him, what can I sort of tell, like, what state he's in? Is there anything weird about him?
He is... your passive medicine gives you he's bleeding out on the brink of death. And his wounds are massive. If this was just kind of a normal peasant person, human, he should have been dead a long time ago.
So let me process that. And I'm not saying you need to correct me if I say something wrong, but medical state, metagame, he's bleeding out, and metagame, from what it sounds like, he's got some failed checks on him. but bleeding out. Sure. But then the other side of it is, if he was a normal peasant person, he'd be dead.
Yeah. He's got some constitution to him.
Okay, but so that I'm sorry, and that was more what I was going for. I'm like, do I think he's because I think you said if he was a normal human peasant, and I'm like, emphasis on the he's not human, or emphasis on the he's not a peasant.
Someone without levels in adventuring.
Okay, and I didn't want to push too far, but I'm like, that's a real important difference, Andy.
Yeah.
Charity will sort of, crouch for the check.
He's bleeding out. He's about to go.
Yeah. And just sort of pat his head, and the spiritual weapon will slam through his chest.
Hakari, yeah. All right, Hakari, you come down the stairs, and you see Burbage attempting to kind of keep Stormbringer off, and you see Charity with just a quick wave of his hand, his spiritual weapon slam into Arbin.
Mm-hmm. And Burbage would have there would have been a moment where he was like, okay, Charity's here.
Yeah.
He's going to fix this. He's going to heal Arbin. He's going to help calm this down. And then that happened.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And from above Arbin, you'll hear, for Charity by him will go, I'm terribly sorry, but I'm not dying for anyone's cause, and I won't be used again.
And why don't we go ahead and take a break there? Why don't we go to the bathroom, take a moment, breathe, imagine what's going to happen next, and we'll be right back. Get something to drink. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to have whiskey.
All right, we will be back in just a minute, everybody.
We don't own whiskey right now.
All right, we'll see you guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to Goats and Dragon Fates of Rin. Some shit just went down on several different characters' parts. I can't wait to see what's about to happen. So let's jump back in. Previously, right before we went to break, seemingly Akari just took out Izzrak Devere.
Hold up for just a second, Andy.
Oh, okay.
Maybe... Sam, is it happening for everyone or just Andy?
Yeah, I guess we just edit this out.
Sorry, there's a technical question going on.
Yeah, I mean, he was saying that your mic seemed to be clipping for him. I don't know if anybody else.
Mostly just Andy. I just don't know how that's possible.
Maybe Taboo just said they're not hearing anything odd.
Okay, so
I wonder if it's just...
Well, because that was why I was confused, because I'm like, there shouldn't be a way for stream recording to hear vocal quality in Andy that I'm not, because Andy only exists in the stream from my desktop audio. Like, does that make sense? Like, yeah. Andy ports through.
That's interesting.
So I could sound weird and I wouldn't know it, and you all wouldn't necessarily know it because I'm going directly from my mic.
Yeah.
But okay, I think we're okay. If someone else has said we're okay, you haven't been sounding bad to me, Andy. I just wanted to make sure.
And as long as it's listenable, regardless. That's
well, yeah. But I kind of wanted to not have everyone be at it's listenable.
Oh yeah, no, totally. And Sam, we appreciate the.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I just wanted to pause before we started on, especially the recap.
Yeah, 100%, no problem. Cool. So, what happened just before break? It appears that Akari just took out Izzrak Devere, and in a response, seemingly the puppets went into kind of a default security mode and attacked the family. A situation in which Arbin found himself unconscious, Burbage healing him back to life, and then Stormbringer and then Charity finally killing him, even while Burbage is pleading for his life. And at this, Akari and Foley are coming down the stairs just as the blade plunges into Arbin, seemingly ending him at the moment. What is it all of you would like to do? And I'm specifically interested in Akari's reaction to this at the moment.
I don't really have a reaction.
Fair enough. You just see them murder Arbin, and you're like, all right,
yeah.
Okay, it's
I just murdered a brain in a jar, so.
All right. Foley, who now looks like himself, slowly comes down the stairs then as well.
So wait, Pelatoth looks like Foley?
Yes, Foley, yes.
But he does not have the aspect that I saw and Hikari saw, where it's like, oh, that's a dragon coming out of a human being.
Yeah. The Pelatoth looks like Foley entirely at this point.
Cool.
Steps down the stairs slowly and speaks. What? You little folk and your murder and your hate. It reminds me why I left.
Does he seem to be saying that in response to seeing Arbin, or in response to what happened upstairs?
Give me an insight check.
Jesus, so leading up to this moment, Burbage has just been like kneeling over Arbin's body, just like staring in shock, back and forth maybe a couple of times between the spiritual weapon, Charity's spiritual weapon, and where it pierced and killed Arbin. His mouth is just hanging open for sure, and he'll hear Pelatoth say that, and I in that moment, I would like to kind of do an insight check.
15. Yeah. That appears to be at what just happened. You don't exactly know what happened upstairs. Your mind is very focused on this. That you imagine that's the response.
Specifically, what just happened upstairs, you mean?
No, to Arbin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then Foley sort of steps away and seems to let you all handle this. He goes to one of the puppets and bends down to look at it.
Burbage is silent.
Charity's
He is staring down at Arbin now, and he's just silent. And
Charity's gonna look up at Hikari. So what happened with the brain all over the floor up there?
Brain all over the floor? What?
The Izzrak's brain?
Charity is going to actually pause. I wasn't doing a volume calculation, so I assume yes, only Izzrak's brain. Was there another?
Oh, okay. I just wanted to check.
Okay, no, fine.
He was just being creepy, and he kept talking about how I was an ancient thing, and sometimes ancient things need to stop being ancient, and so I just assumed he was going to try and kill me, so I killed him first. And he kept talking in these weird metaphors, and it was annoying me. Just like metaphor after metaphor after metaphor. And I was like, I got it, dude. But he wouldn't be quiet.
Metaphors are the worst.
They are the worst. Well, his were, especially. But so I just figured he was going to kill me, and so I was just like, enough of this.
And at this, the creature fully stands up as well, and you believed he was going to kill you?
Yes. He was being really creepy about
you little folk. And he'll step back again.
Would you care to explain?
He was pleading for you to kill him.
That's not what that sounded like at all.
Interesting.
And why can't he kill himself? He has like 50 puppets.
Why can't he just stop putting in the alcohol?
Stormbringer's gonna kind of just kneel down or crouch down, so she's still not at Verbige's eye level, but she's trying real hard to be. And just kind of look at him while this is all going.
That was if he wanted me to kill him, I did. But if he wanted to die, then why did all the puppets attack everyone?
Foley just seems quiet.
There was a voice down here. It seemed like some sort of automated defense mechanism. It wired them so that if he was ever not here, they went in all murder bot.
Well, then he probably should have turned that off if he was asking me to kill him. But either way, I'm not dead. He is. So if that's what he was asking me to do, mission accomplished. Now, let's go get some sleep.
Charity's gonna sort of look around. Would this place even have beds, though? It's inhabited by a brain and puppets.
We have beds, Charity. We've been on the road for a long time.
Yeah,
we just got off a boat.
Or whatever.
Burbage, are you okay? You're just kind of holding a dead body. Doing a sit.
I love it when the Lena bleeds into Stormbringer. Doing a sit.
Burbage has been and might still be crying.
Oh, if Stormbringer sees that, what were you gonna say?
But that'll turn into sniffles, and I mean he's not like sobbing, like the crying will dissipate. But even with his head kind of like he's not looking up, but you can tell that he's been tearful during this preceding conversation and is now kind of transitioning into a stoic silence.
If Stormbringer sees the crying, she's going to reach out and pat him on the back. Hey, buddy, it's okay. You're okay, buddy.
Stoic silence. Well, that's our episode tonight, everybody.
All stoic silence.
It's been fun.
Somewhat unrelated thing. Hakari, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Somewhat unrelated.
Hakari, your head is bleeding still profusely from where they smacked into you.
I would have liked to see that number being higher.
Okay.
Can I heal myself?
Of course. Yeah, if you want to heal yourself, you're fine.
Okay. For real? Do I need to, I guess, is the thing. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, you still have a good amount of hit points. You're fine.
I still have 2 extreme Baja Blast healing potions.
You too, yep.
Do you have it called that in your character sheet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Outstanding.
So
Good.
can I mean, do I think that would help the head?
Like to pour it on it? Yeah, or
Not to pour it on it, but to
magical healing as well. Whatever you want.
It doesn't sound like it's really gonna help me. It sounds like you're being all mysterious and
you don't know what I rolled or anything. Yeah,
It absolutely sounds like you're being all mysterious. Like, I just want to shake you when you're like this. You should shake him.
Okay. Stop actually shaking me.
Okay. So what would be the best? Should I just drink what would half of the healing potion give me?
If you want to try, the healing potion.
Well, what would one? How many would those give me?
2d4, I believe, for half of one of those.
Okay, but one whole would give me
4d4.
4d4.
34.
34.
They were made by furbolgs.
They were.
Let me look here.
Do you want to try that? Do you want to try some regular healing? What do you do? As you're wandering down, not paying much attention to.
No, I'm paying attention.
No. I mean, Hakari's not paying much attention to Arbin or in the body.
Okay. Oh no. One d4 plus spellcaster. So that one would be more powerful instead of 2d4s, right? 1d4 plus my spellcaster.
It's not bad. Yeah. Cure wounds is your normal go-to for something like that.
Also, if you look hurt, Charity would use healing word on you.
Okay. I mean, I think I'm
but
okay
you're below half, I guess, so you are
you're
bloodied
definitely
mechanically.
bloodied, yeah.
So Charity will go ahead and be healed.
Okay. So how about 1d8? Oh, he's doing it. Okay.
Yeah, Charity gave you 8.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Where I get 1d8 plus the spell cast. So how do I actually cast it?
Yeah, I think if you just cast it itself, I think that works. Some of those
At what level?
Whatever you want.
Let's do level 2.
Okay. 11. Very nice.
That's
15.
my spellcaster.
Oh, 15, yeah.
It's
4.
that and then the base, and then
Nice.
So what is it?
Another 15 then. All right.
And how many did Charity give me? I'm sorry.
8.
Burbage let out the darkest, most rueful little chuckle at Charity saying, "Be healed."
Hey, you're feeling better. You're laughing. What are you laughing at?
Jeez.
Burbage.
Stoic silence.
Look, Burbage, it's just like, you gotta understand, I can't let anybody hurt you guys. I'm just not. I can't. I can't take that risk.
Yeah.
You're all I have.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something that you would prefer to say to me, since at the moment you're not being your usual loquacious self with Stormbringer?
Maybe not. Maybe not. Burbage will kind of, clumsily stand to his feet. And just kind of nod. And walk over to Foley. Maybe kind of like doing that Adrian Monk thing with his shoulder that Tony Shalhoub did in Monk all the time. And he'll just sort of go next to Foley and kind of collapse next to Foley, like next to, and like cling to the like Foley's body, and just kind of like maybe lean, collapse/lean into the desk here by Foley, and he'll say, "Murder and hate." Yeah, he said it right. Murder and hate. And ladies and gentlemen, Stoic Silence Part 3.
Hey, Burbage, that's not fucking fair, dude. Like, you can say murder all you want. Like, yeah, okay, so we did murder that guy over there, Arbin. His name was Arbin, and we murdered him, and he's dead now. And I guess that upsets you, and I'm sorry you're upset. I don't want you hurt. But none of this is about hate. I don't have any hard feelings against him or anybody else I've murdered. I murder people because I love people, and I love you, and so I'm keeping you safe the only way I know how.
Part 4. Burbage is weirdly like, I don't know how Peloton in the form of Foley is responding, but Burbage is weirdly channeling whatever he's feeling right now into like this strange intimacy with Foley.
I'm sure Peloton is so into that.
I'm just like picturing you braiding this white dragon's hair.
No, nothing quite so glamorous. Just kind of like almost like Burbage's physicality right now is communicating to Peloton like, I need your support right now.
Peloton bends down and gets on one knee as it's nearly around your height. as he sort of scrunches even his back to lower himself. And he sort of starts to play with one of his front teeth a little bit. And he says, There's something kind still in little folk. And even when they do something that hurts others, that destroys others, that wrecks them, there's still something deep down that you can find to love. You know who it was that took my tooth, do you not? I will let you say her name this once.
Yeah. It was Arian. My great-great-great-grand whatever. She gave the best gift. Something like that.
The gift she gave to Rin, the tooth, proves bravery. But she gave a gift to me as well. Do you know what happened to Arian after she met with Rin?
No, none of the stories really went into that.
A few days after she took my tooth, this little child came back. She came back and apologized for what she had done. She explained the situation, and I understood the part gods play in this world. And the gift she gave me was continued friendship. She was good to me. And whatever hate I felt for this little thieving thing, it melted away. Many years later, she stopped coming to my cave. And as I inquired as to where she had went, it appears that she was ambushed on the road. Some bandits had killed her. And I saw the hate and the murder of this world rekindle its flame. And I decided to leave this world. I wonder every day if I've been wrong to do so. And he now looks up to Stormbringer and Charity. Perhaps I wasn't. But then he bends down to you again, Burbage. And perhaps I was. You are all very interesting things. And then he stands up and seemingly is waiting for the rest of you.
Charity will sort of bow to Pelatoth. If what I have done is rekindled in you these feelings of loathing and hate for the world, I apologize for, though you have not said it, it seems that those were feelings that you did not want, feelings that you wish to distance yourself from, feelings that hurt you, if not physically, then mentally, internally, spiritually even, maybe. I freely accept the weight of the sin that I bear for Arbin's death, just as I accept the weight of the sins of Caloran, just as I accept the weight of the sins when I served as the charity of Behelit. My not knowing or knowing does not change those weights, not really. But what I have learned, what I have journeyed all this way and discovered from Izzrak in his wisdom, is that it wasn't enough that Behelit took me and used me. When I got my memories back, my father used me and twisted me and formed me into a weapon. And the little shard of my soul that I could preserve only managed to save a dozen children. But no, Izzrak in his wisdom and his knowledge of the gods pointed out that in all likelihood, even that wasn't enough. Even my adult life, my childhood, not even that was enough for these people. My very existence seems to have been made to be her avatar. The gods, the people. It's as Izzrak said, since I'm assuming you were never actually unconscious and thus heard the entire thing, the gods play games with us. The gods play games with all of us mortals. And maybe I can't change that. Maybe I can't undo that. But at the very least, I will not be a pawn, I will not be a chess piece. And Charity will reach into a pocket and pull out with a clasped hand and then drop onto the table the dragon dice that Aideen had given him. If they will play games with me, I will be a die. They may choose to put me in play, but the result is mine to determine. I already have the forces of world knows how many gods looking for me and trying to kill me or take me over, hunt me, break me. I do not need Ponway's forces added to the list of people trying to kill me because they decided that one life was a fair trade. I know on some level that that's right. But also, I want my life. I want my life with my family. I want to get to choose what I do next, and that means that I accept the weight of the bad in order to embrace the joy of the good. Perhaps that explanation does nothing for either of you. But it is what it is. I have died once already, and I saw the pain that it caused. Can't again.
Burbage is starting a slow clap. A really sardonic slow clap. It is dripping. It is dripping. And he's going to step away from Foley and he's going to say while he's clapping, "Another great charity speech, everybody. Fan-fucking-tastic. Well done. Foley. Sorry, Pelotov. Could I ask you to leave and give us some privacy this time?"
He steps over to the table where Charity had laid out the dragon dice, and he picks one up. I had thought for many years that I might hide away and remove myself from the situation of the fates. But even when you remove one of the dice, and he crushes it in his hands and lets the dust of this bone dice, just fall back onto the table. And he wipes it on his shirt a bit. I thought that removing myself is the last bit of agency that I had in this game. I was wrong. Seems the game has found me again. Will you continue, all of you, to see this as child's play? Or will you realize the depths that you need to go to do what must be done? Whatever that may be. Right now I see scared, fearful children, all of you. Perhaps you sort that out. And if adults come to me, well, maybe then I would be glad to re-enter this world and help any way I can. And he'll walk away and leave you for the moment.
Stormbringer's just been glaring at Burbage and at Paleototh this whole time. She looks less hurt and upset now and just incredibly pissed off.
Indeed.
Burbage levels a pretty steady gaze on everybody, especially Charity. And he's got the most, not shit-eating, but for lack of a better word right now, shit-eating smirk on his face. And he's just staring at Charity.
Something to say?
Maybe, Charity. I'm just afraid that if I say it, you'll slap me again.
I already used up my one this week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, really funny. I dare you to come over and slap me again. Right fucking now. Do it. You know you want to, right? You know what that's all... What this...
I have no desire to slap you, Burbage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, I believe that for 1 second. Okay. That is exactly what this entire thing has been about, right? It's about control. Yeah? You You just said it yourself. You are desperate, finally, for once in your sad, pathetic, tragic little life, to be in control. To be in control, not just of your destiny and your life, but to be in control of us. And oh, does Burbage dare to step out of the line, out of your control? What happens? Slap! Burbage, you run away for grieving over the death of your friend, your brother. Slap! Burbage, you express any vulnerability, anything at all that's close to imperfection, according to your plan. Slap! Right? This isn't even about Arbon anymore. I get it. Yeah, Arbon was working for Poneway, and Poneway is a threat. Oh, he's a threat to poor Charity and the family. He's a threat. Yeah, everyone's a fucking threat, right? So that is why, right, we travel along, and Stormbringer constantly wants to just cast Fireball on everybody.
I can't cast Fireball.
She instructs Charity to cast Fireball on everybody, including innocent attendees of a caravan, right? Everyone's a threat, including every innocent citizen of a town like Westermere or any other town we've gone through. So what? Charity turns into an angel. We must intimidate. We must threaten everybody who might be a threat to us. Right?
Oh, kind of like the time you threatened everyone on the boat? You're the most self-centered, least introspective little halfling I've ever met, and I still fucking love you, and I'll still kill anyone who tries to hurt you.
Stormbringer, I deserve that. I don't know where you thought this speech was working up to, but it's not that I'm better than you. No. The fact is, everything is making more and more sense. Charity, you talked about the effect of your death on us. Yeah, I'll tell you what the immediate effect was for me. It set me spiraling into a darkness that I was already well familiar with and well ready to embrace. Because the fact is, we are not the good guys, okay? I'm certainly not a good guy. I'm a bad guy, all right? And it's becoming clear that, yes, of course I'm part of the family, this toxic fucking family who will think of nothing but to just murder a person who clearly, and Burge is gesturing to Arbon, who clearly doesn't know any more than the rest of us. Oh, someone's a threat. Murder them. Someone's a threat. Threaten them first. All right? Pelatoth was right. Okay? We are small people. We are murderous, bad people. We just want control. Charity, most of everybody. The slaps, ordering us around when we're fighting. Micromanaging every little thing. Right? Because you're the leader of the family, right? You're the leader of the group, and you've earned that through your pain and your suffering. Yeah? You think that your father and Behelit, oh, they were turning you into a weapon. Oh, and let's fight back against that. The fact is, Charity, you are a weapon now. You've been turned into exactly what whatever destinies or fates or gods intended you to be. Because you are a murderer. We are all murderers. I count myself among you. When I was dragged into Behelit's realm, I was shown the face of every person I murdered in my life. All right? We are murderers. We are bad, bad people. And we are weapons. Okay?
Are you really gonna stand there and tell me that it makes me a bad person to want to keep the people I love safe, to protect them when they're all I have in life? Is that bad to help them? Are you not worthy of me helping you? Or is this just some, what?
Stormbringer, yes. This family, this little makeshift tribe of yours that you had to have because of, whatever happened in your little mountains of Bavaria. Oh, I had a tragic backstory too. We all have them, Stormbringer, all right? And now you have a new tribe? Oh, but okay, you know what? That's what happens with tribes, isn't it? We only care about each other. We don't give a shit about anybody else. Arbin, fuck him. Not in my family, fuck you. We don't trust you. That is what has happened here. We are monsters. Okay? We don't give a shit about the world. Hamster Lad? His prophecy? I'm beginning to think he's in the same boat as Corin and Izzrak Devere. He thinks the prophecy of saving the world was about us. I don't think so, because I've never met a group of people less interested in caring about other people than we are.
I don't understand.
I introduce Exhibit A. I gesture toward Arbin's body.
Mm-hmm.
There are no more exhibits after that. That's really the only. So Exhibit A is it?
I guess Exhibit B could be Izzrak, but he wanted to die, so it's fine, right?
Oh yeah, if we're going to trust Hikari, who, by the way,
no.
Hikari, can I just say,
that was a thing that Pratfalls said, not Hikari.
Yeah, whatever.
Because I thought he was gonna kill me.
The fact is, Hikari, I don't blame you for not wanting to be a part of the family. Why should you give a shit about us when we don't give a shit about anybody else? We just want to be in control. And I return to staring at Charity.
I don't want to be in control. I just want to keep the people I love safe, and nothing you say in your little angry, ranty voice is going to convince me that that's bad. It's not bad to protect the people I love. I am not a monster for protecting the people I love. Sure, I've murdered a lot of people in my life. I've murdered more people than most people know. I murdered a lot of people in the name of love, and I will do it again. I'm going to keep doing it because I love you, and you can fucking deal with it. I'm going to go to sleep.
I don't want your love, Stormbringer.
I don't care. You don't get to consent to it. Love is an individual emotion. You can't make me stop loving you.
Burbage has not once torn his gaze away from Charity.
Stormbringer is walking away.
Shit-eating smirk on his face
walk
again.
Away with Stormbringer to go sleep.
Okay.
Good for you, Burbage. Correctly identified that I want control in my life that I've spent as a plaything. I congratulate you on not trying to put yourself above me in your rant. But I will say, as much as I know that you have always had massive contempt for me, as much as I know you would much rather Vimeris was alive and I was dead, trapped in some ice, as much as I know all of that, perhaps you didn't realize that the slaps weren't to try to control you. They were to try to reach you. To maybe try to get you to, I don't know, see me? To try to help you be the good, brave, kind person you are, and get to keep you alive long enough for you to be that. To have bond I so desperately wanted to have, but you're right, I'm sorry. It was selfish of me to think that you would want to have anything to do with a creature as wretched as I am. I know you were fond of Arbin. I know you view all of this as control and trying to keep us safe and etc. I won't tell you or suggest to you what to do anymore. I will not correct you or remonstrate with you or point out why I've always thought you were a good and special person when I view you lost in a feeling that you are only special because of the accolades of your townspeople and a dragon's tooth.
You think I don't see you, Charity? I do see you. And I've one thing to correct. You think I have contempt for you. You think I've always had contempt for you, that I always liked Phamaris more than you. The fact is, I always respected you more than anybody I've met in my entire pathetic life. Which makes it all the more disappointing to see you driven so blindly by your own self-interest and tunnel vision. I didn't have contempt for you before, but I'm starting to see why I might. Also, way to completely miss the point about control. Burbage storms off the other direction.
Okay.
So tell me, Burbage.
Oh, you want me to still be here? Because I'm not. Go away, I left. I went the direction that Foley was.
So, I mean, I will be shouting loudly enough that you can hear me if you're in the same room.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
In your opinion, as a good person, thing I believe, should Arbin be alive?
Not a good person, Charity. Never claimed to be. But if I were, fucking of course, you murderous, controlling, overbearing, self-centered piece of shit. And Burbage goes to find Foley.
Stormbringer's gonna shout because she can hear all of this. I don't understand why you think Arbin's life is worth more than Charity's. I'm going to bed for real. And puts her bedroll over her head, so hopefully she doesn't have to hear anymore.
Poor Stormbringer. Looks like a child listening to her parents fight.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, Andy, I have a rules question for you.
Yes.
If I spent extra diamonds because we've been over a minute, will you allow me to cast Revivify on Arbin?
Don't fucking do that. I will have to kill him again, and then he's gonna get upset again.
Stormbringer, you're not there.
And Burbage isn't there either, so
No.
who knows what happened.
Yeah, go. Yeah, totally.
How can he say so many right things and get the real point at the end wrong? Charity's gonna reach a hand down onto Arbin. He's the best of us. And I'll cast Revivify, muttering as I do, please don't fuck me on this one. Metaphorically or literally, because I'm really not that into you. Everybody else except Stormbringer apparently is, so you got lots of choices. I mean, I don't know, Pelototh seemed kind of lonely. But you might need a ring for it, according to... Anyway.
A cock ring? Is that the callback?
Oh, magic ring.
What the fuck?
I think it's... Wait, go away. That's the callback to your cock ring joke, right?
Except no, it's actually the callback to... Well, it is a callback to that joke, but it's before that to it's literally Pelatoth's tooth that required a ring.
I don't even remember a cock ring joke, so you guys just sound obscene to me.
Did I need? He asked Burbage if he needed a. He started to ask if Burbage needed a ring to wield Theodric's fang, which I took as a cock ring reference.
It was. Oh no! It absolutely. You are absolutely correct with that one. Although that was also potentially just a you where I'm not sure. It was just generally, but yeah, that was certainly one of the directions for that joke. And it's a callback to that, but it's not meant to be directly a suggestion vis-a-vis the dragon. But yeah,
Cool.
I will cast Revivify and burn an extra 100 diamonds.
Okay. All right. And at this, you hear a.
Oh no.
As Arbin takes a breath and looks around, he is still incredibly hurt. Is the spiritual weapon still around, or?
No.
Okay.
Well, it only lasts for 10 minutes, so I assume we've kind of passed that.
That's fine.
Andy, I swear to God, if you make me look like an asshole with Arbin, I will destroy you.
I'm not controlling things. He is what he is, no matter what.
What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, fuck. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Oh, no.
It's okay, Adam. This is the night where we're all assholes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
His eyes are darting around very quickly, and they fall upon you, Charity, and he just looks terrified. What happened? What was that? Those things, they attacked us.
I'm not sure, but I think in the arenas in Diefield they call it a choke slam. I'm not, it threw you on the ground real hard. And then, to be fair, Stormbringer and I might have finished you off.
Why the fuck are you telling him that? I'm sorry, I'll stop with the meta talk.
Stormbringer's asleep.
Because
she's not asleep. She's just laying with the bedroll over her head, really upset.
Yep.
Because you see, Arbin, I don't trust Ponway. I've heard too many stories of the groups of adventurers he sent out dying. I've seen too much evidence of him being willing to manipulate and use and kill anyone he needs to. But a good person pointed out that my fear of that and what he might do is wrong.
His lip is just trembling a bit, trying to take in everything you're saying.
Understand me, Arbin. I am wholeheartedly devoted to stopping Behilit. And Charity is going to sort of stand, and he was definitely looking very soft and sort of consoling, and like he was trying to explain, as you would to someone who might have like been knocked unconscious, okay, here's what's been happening, but like not rushing them. What I said before is true. I will not die. I will not sacrifice myself for this. I will not be sacrificed for Ponway trying to make good on a plan that failed hundreds of years ago. I will stop her. I will bring my brother back. And then the world can judge me as it will.
I think I understand what you're saying. And your criticism of Ponway is well fucking spot on. And even though you probably tried to kill me...
Scratch tried.
Okay.
I'm trying to be
worse.
I'm trying to be honest here.
I appreciate that. Even though you killed me, I do respect the honesty. And I think I want to help you. Because I think we have the same goal. Anything a god coming into this world cannot be allowed.
And if we start trading in lives to prevent it, we're no better than they are, playing games with mortals so that gods can or can't do something. I'm tired of my life being run by other beings.
I understand. I'm tired of my life. Sometimes being run by forces I don't even know. I can't describe.
Then I'd recommend stopping working for Poneway. That's a big problem with that life goal right there. Also, as a note, anyone who literally fucking calls themselves the Stranger, probably a little into shadowy control.
It's true.
But no, seriously, good life goal. I'm just possibly pointing out some early steps that you might try to take.
No, it's fine. Listen, okay, I'm just gonna listen. I'm just gonna talk to Izzrak a bit more about some things, and I think I'll be squared away.
Okay.
Got some questions for him.
So this one isn't on me. But in the spirit of honesty and disclosures and openness, how much time have you spent with Hikari?
Met her I mean, not a lot.
Okay, but have I seen most of the sample size?
I mean, I can understand a bit. That one's pretty mental.
So just, if you were gonna rate her on a, say from 1 to 10, with 1 being not at all and 10 being extremely, how would you rate her, impulse control?
Where is psychopath in that?
Let's
It's not like it's not true.
Let's call that a -3.
That's about where I'd put Hikari.
I am not a psycho.
Okay, so now imagine this person with this -3 that we've established, kinda was on the receiving end of what has been described as a long-winded and extremely metaphorical speech that she thought the point of was that Izzrak Devere wanted to kill her. What do you suppose that -3 would look like out in the world?
Fuck.
Pretty much.
I did what he asked me to.
To be
You're
fair,
in bed.
but Charity would go, to be fair,
Yeah.
according to Pelototh, you didn't miss that. No, you were awake for that. Yeah, fully actually Pelototh. That was actually what Izzrak wanted. So it's hard to say if she did something wrong per se, but what she did was very -3 self-control.
Okay. I understand. I
also don't think I can fix him. I fixed you, but he was already just a brain. Honestly, I don't even understand what it takes to do that.
No, it makes sense. Listen, I don't think he wanted to live forever. Didn't seem like his kind.
feel like he might have thought about that before he transferred himself to being a brain in the jar. I'm just saying, again, we have this sort of discussion of goals and actions, making the two meet up.
Right. Okay, well, if it's all the same to all of you, I'm gonna try to get some fucking sleep.
I'm sure, not putting any pressure on you, but I'm sure Burbage would enjoy some company. You do you. Or possibly him. Again, he would enjoy that. I'm not even going to suggest Akari right at the moment. Because -3.
Fair enough.
And Charity will actually, as Arbin gets up, for what it is worth, I am sorry that I let my fear get the better of me.
Is it odd that I completely understand you?
That sounds like consent to me. Sorry, I'm not involved.
You're in bed, Lena.
Unfortunately.
All right.
Also in the morning, before you get up, maybe let me take a little bit of time to get Stormbringer up to speed. Because otherwise... Glaive!
Fair enough. You know what? I might just sleep on the stairs outside here for the night.
You're probably fine over that way. You're fine. You're fine.
Should we tell... Oh, well, never mind. I'm in bed.
You can do your thing. All right, so Arbin then will walk over to Burbage and Foley. What are you two doing?
Oh, I didn't even know if Pelototh was still here. Oh my god,
yeah, he
Andy
was giving you space, yeah.
Did Pelototh hear everything?
It seemed to.
We were
was
being
giving
pretty
you space,
loud.
but
I was gonna say,
this
says
is a
the
single
rogue
room.
who then went into shouting for his speech?
This is a single cavernous room.
So
I
in my
think
defense,
everyone alive in here heard.
So here's the thing: from where Burbage was, without dark
Yeah.
vision, he could not see that side of the room.
Oh.
So I/Burbage thought that Pelototh had left entirely because Burbage asked for privacy.
I think it's more that there's not a lot of privacy you can give in this space.
There's an exit. I'm sure there are exits here. Andy, did Pelototh not give us privacy?
He went 50 feet away from you to the entirely other side of the room. He gave you a decent amount of privacy, yeah.
We were shouting.
And the rogue shouted.
Shouted.
Oh, his dark vision didn't allow him to see that the dragon hadn't left. I don't know if there are any consequences to him hearing any of that, but okay.
I'm sure it's fine.
He could probably also hear my conversation because I wasn't shouting, but I also wasn't being very quiet, and I imagine his passive perception is through the fucking roof.
Well, so here's the thing. So here's what I'll say is that Burbage would not have stopped here. He wouldn't have just gone to hang out by Foley, Pelototh, and been like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like he stormed off. He went as far away. He's not aware of anything that's going on in this space at all. So I don't know where Burbage could have gone to gain that distance, but that is what Burbage did.
Charity's also gonna sort of
up here
shake Stormbringer for a second.
What? Were you making up with Burbage? You guys quieted down, but I heard you still talking down.
No, I think Burbage is done with me, and that's his choice. No, I was making up with Arbin, who I would request because apparently I'm a controlling asshole all the time. I would kindly request you not kill.
Oh.
No, seriously though, if I have to be a controlling asshole in order to get good done around here...
No, but we already killed him.
Yes?
That's what the whole fight was about, Charity.
Yes.
Well, I can't kill people again. if they're already dead.
So if I was to raise a sort of, if I was to extend what you just said into a form of, I don't know, like double jeopardy argument, would you say that if you had in fact killed a person and then through some other means they had been brought back to life, you would not kill them again?
I mean, fuck no, I'd kill them again, absolutely. If I killed them in the first place, then I meant for them to be dead, right?
Fuck.
Like, that's a weird thing to say.
So there's a chance that Arbin's alive again?
Why?
Death's not a thing.
No, that will just encourage her to try harder.
Okay,
But no.
I'll promise you this, Charity. I will make sure I kill him sneakily so Burbage doesn't get upset again. Okay?
No, Charity's...
Make it look like an accident.
Charity's...
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Hikari. Which is what I was trying to do in the first place, but I'm not very dexterous.
Charity's gonna put his hand on her on Stormbringer's shoulder. The worst thing that happens is he goes and tells Ponway, and Ponway decides that the best solution is to kill me.
Uh-huh.
It's just one more name on the list of people currently trying to do that, right?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to keep that list as small as possible, Charity, because I actually care about your life and Burbage's. I'm aware that neither of you do, and both of you seem to have a death wish half the time.
No. Stormbringer, you mistake me. What I'm saying is not that I have a death wish. I do not. I want to live. I want to get to spend my life with you all as my family. I want to get to help you, each and every one of you and so many others. Hikari, I want to find your necklace for you. Or help you find your necklace, more accurately. If there's anything I can do. Just tried to help Burbage get laid. Not sure that's gonna take, but... But to be fair, the damage is
really
on...
the time to be thinking about his dick. Like, is this the time for that?
I generally avoid it, but, you know, we already specified in the list it's his subquest right now.
Emphasis on sub.
Jesus.
I am afraid. I am afraid of these things playing with my life as they have before, but the other thing that Burbage got wrong is that I'm less afraid now than I've ever been. I finally know the things that I've done, at least most of them. I know the weight of my sins. And I have, or in the case of Burbage, had a family that would stand with me against this. Yes, Ponway may become a threat, and if he does, we will deal with it then. But that isn't Arbin's sin. It is not his weight to bear.
Look, I don't have anything against Arbin at all, but I'm not just going to let things that are incredibly dangerous become threats to you and Burbage. That's not happening. I will sleep on it, but I'm not making promise.
I will not ask you to. I merely ask you to consider a thing that Aideen told me. We are our choices. What is a bad person who has their next choice be a good one?
I don't think it's bad for me to be protecting you guys, and I'm gonna go to sleep now. And Stormbringer puts her pillow over her.
I wasn't talking about you, Stormbringer. Sleep well. I'll take first watch in case any of the puppets reanimate.
While you're taking watch, give me a perception check there. Charity.
And one of the latest we've ever gone. Guidance is a cantrip that makes you or people that you care about better at stuff for up to 1 minute. You should use it just always.
Always.
16.
Solid. While you're sort of checking around, looking on some of the tables, just kind of being up, you got all of a sudden a lot of nervous energy from the fight, from literally the fight and then the fight with Burbage.
So you want me like down in this room?
That's fine. Yeah, you're just kind of wandering around just a little bit. You come across a book, and you recognize the author. It is a book by C. Ekris Wren.
Weird little gnome.
Yep.
Why the hell does he hate halflings so much? Who hurt you, C. Wren?
And it is a book called The Possibilities of Artifice in a Strong Will. And I've put that in your handouts. Just a thing you sort of notice. Everything else during your watch seems to be pretty quiet. Burbage, as you are trying to set up a small little area at the top of the stairs, you hear someone coming up the stairs, and it's Arbin. And
oh my god, not again. Oh my god,
Oh
not
god.
again. No. Hold on.
That's for calling Charity a little shit.
Yeah, Burbage had this coming. Burbage, I want to have him like pray to Bahamut. Please leave me alone.
Faintly from below, you hear whistling.
Oh my gosh. He leans down next to you. He's like, "Shh, no, listen, it's fine. What are you worried? So worried about here?"
You're dead. You're here to fuck with me again, aren't you? Yeah, Burbage. I know I've kind of done this before jokingly as Burbage, but like, Burbage wants to like do a religion check on Bahamut.
Okay.
And like praying to Bahamut, communicating with Bahamut, like, do not fuck with me.
Searching your
I am the
mind
last
and-
person you want to fuck with right now, Bahamut.
Okay. Yeah, give me a religion check.
Middle of the road, 12.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't get an answer. You just kind of say that. You sort of pray a little bit to Bahamut, and Arbin actually puts a hand on your shoulder, and he said, "Look, perhaps I was dead. That's true. Your friend Charity brought me back."
Really? How can I trust you?
He puts his hand behind your head and kisses you.
Bow, bow,
You're saying that there are... You're saying that there are lips on his hand and he's kissing the back of my head?
No.
What? How did you misread
That is one grammatical reading of what you said. Time to get freaky with an aberration.
So he kisses Burbage on the lips?
Yeah.
With his mouth?
Yeah.
The normal one. The one that you're used to.
How kisses work? Yeah.
How kisses work? That's the name of this podcast episode. And everybody's gonna be like, "Why is this called this? This is the worst thing that happened to the family."
No, I'm just waiting for them to get to the end, and then just like for there to be one review of 10 out of 10 lead buried.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, with how keyed up Burbage is, as much as I, Adam, love the ongoing joke that Burbage cannot get laid, like he is in a really vulnerable, like overheated spot, and like he will ride this kiss wherever it takes him, even if Arbin ends up being a bad guy. Oh, the music sex song, Andy called it the Roll20 sex song.
All right.
It's a classic scene of passion. Burbage is, but he's angry and he's sad and he feels evil and he feels like his whole life is evil, and so he's channeling all that into this maybe sex scene, depending on
Entirely.
And then a curtain blows.
A curtain
blow
blows in the wind.
You're not gonna make me roll for it?
No, we won't. Not tonight.
That it feels right. It feels really right. And Burbage is thinking to himself, "Oh, this feels right."
Indeed. Well, hey, that's a great place to conclude tonight's
That was
episode
the weirdest.
of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the story goes, please follow us on Twitch, where we're simply Helpful Goat. Subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. Check out our podcasts, Goats and Dragons, as well as Helpful Goat Gaming Presents. Thank you so much for listening tonight. So that was a really crazy good episode. I really appreciate everyone hanging in there, talking in the chat, joining the Discord. If you type in !Discord, it'll give you a link to join our Discord and be able to continue a conversation on the family or in D&D stuff or whatever you want. I think we're talking about pets right now, and we had a very big conversation on dating sims recently. Do whatever you want to the Discord. That's fun. If you
whoa. Let's not say do what. I'm like, as the person managing the Discord, I do not advocate the phrase "do whatever you want" in the Discord. There's a rules
But
page.
he didn't even say in. He didn't say in the Discord. He said to the Discord.
Yeah.
Please,
Do whatever you want
please,
to
please,
the
no
Discord.
hack. Please, no hack.
!Donate will give you a link to our coffee page. And yeah, everyone, that was amazing. Thanks so much for listening. We all immensely appreciate it. Hang in there, everyone. We love you. We hope we could have given you a little bit of fun and take your mind off some of the crazy dark stuff in the world.
I'm sure this did a real good job of that.
Yeah, this was really the opposite of dark.
This was the real
lightest
uplifting
episode
one.
we've ever had.
Oh my god.
We immensely appreciate it, and from all of us on Goats and Dragons, thank you so much. Have an excellent evening. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Love you.
Bye.
Love
Stay
you
safe.
all. Good
Stay
night.
sane if you can.
Yeah.